Thank you. I will now give this opportunity to Deputy Majority Party Whip Honorable Naomi Waqu to reply.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. I stand to reply to this very important motion that we have debated. The members have given it a lot of attention, and that is why at the beginning we requested for more time. That has happened. I want to take this opportunity to thank all the honorable members who have taken their time to support this procedural motion and given us great ideas on how to implement where the gaps are. And from the debate, it is quite clear that Kenyans are looking forward to the implementation of this session of paper number 1 of 2022. As a government that is in place now, the Kenya Kwanza government, I want to also congratulate our government to come up with this and to revive this, because as we have seen, since 2018, this policy has been there but not gotten any attention. But through this government now, we can see there is light at the end of the tunnel. Mr. Speaker, from the members' debate or contributions, we have also seen that Kenyans are people who are really talented. They are very creative and innovative. It is only that they have not gotten the opportunity to exercise the gifts that they have. Others have tried, but they have not succeeded simply because they have not received any support from the government. And we all know very well the goals of Vision 2030 is to transform our country into middle-income country, providing a high quality of life to all its citizens. We cannot achieve this dream if we cannot promote industrialization, if we cannot encourage our young engineers. We know very well, again, we have many graduates. We have taken so many of our young people to TVETs, and many of them come out with brilliant ideas, brilliant skills and knowledge. But unfortunately, they have not gotten the opportunity to exercise or to give back that to the community. We know country's prosperity is driven by radical actions to drive inclusivity in order to develop and also to make sure that we don't leave behind any member of the country. Mr. Speaker, it is quite encouraging that today members of parliament have deliberated, have debated, and have come up with a way forward on this particular session of paper, which I believe, because there is a lot of goodwill from the government, we will be able to implement as soon as possible so that we see the result and enjoy the fruit of our labor. Mr. Speaker, we know that doing this will have positive impact on our GDP. Currently, as a country, we are suffering simply because we do not have, or we are economically suffering because of the financial challenges, and we are not able to create our own wealth and also have enough for our country. But doing this will create job for our young people, will give hope to the hopeless, will give Kenya the pride that we need. You know, sometimes, even when we look at Kenya Airways, with all the challenges the company goes through, we look at it and we feel proud of the service that it is giving to the people. And as you know, they clearly say, the pride of Kenya, the pride of Africa, this will be another pride of our country. And it will have positive impact on the entire nation. Mr. Speaker, we know very well that our country, Kenyans are very hardworking people. They always look forward to a better life. And we know that every year in Kenya, we import thousands and thousands of vehicles. In 2021, there was an increment of 14% from the vehicles that we imported in 2020. In fact, the exact numbers are that 2020, we imported 128 vehicles. And that moved with 14% to 107,499 vehicles. That is huge investment that goes out to another country. In fact, the resources that would have helped us and transformed our own country here is being transferred to another country, whereby we buy second-hand vehicles that come to us. Of course, as the owner of the vehicle, you may be happy, but then, apart from you and your family, no one else enjoys that. But if we encourage our own and come up or develop that vehicle making, and people come up with that, then we will be able to promote that, and Kenyans will be happy and will enjoy. The majority of the vehicles that I mentioned earlier are all imported, and the benefits gone to others. Again, when we look at the duty, the import duty, which is 25%, exercise duty, which is 20%, value added, which is 16%, and import declaration, which is 3.5%. That again increases the cost, which by buying our own vehicles, we'll be able to reduce and see how best we can benefit one another. Mr. Speaker, I have taken note of members' concerns. The implementation committee has to be keen enough, and we see how best this will be implemented. The government is keen enough, and our president in particular is keen enough. And in fact, this works well with our vision and mission. The bottom-up idea has its place in this. And there is need to review this again before we implement. That is also well noted. Setting some budget aside so that we don't just pass this and struggle is our priority. And I'm happy the chairman of budget, Honorable Ndindi Nyoro, is here with us. And I'm sure he will give us all the attention that this deserves. Creating space and opportunity to our young ones so that they can exercise the skills, the knowledge they have acquired will give hope to many Kenyans. This will promote us, and soon after implementation, we will start exporting our motor vehicles, and that then will remain in history of our country. I'm happy to associate myself with this particular one, and I thank the entire House for supporting this. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Very well, leader. you really needed to finish the matter of replying properly. So give her the mic.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I beg to reply. Thank you.
Very well. Member for Mukurweni.
Honorable Speaker, pursuant to the provisions of our Standing Orders 53 and paragraph 3, I wish to request you, Honorable Speaker, to defer putting of the question for this session of paper to another day. Honorable Speaker, I think it will be important that we defer this particular question so that we can have it hopefully next week, and we have the implementation done immediately. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Very well. Chair Budget will have a chance to speak on another matter. I can see you had made a request. Members, following the request by the Honorable Kaguchia, I direct that the question for this motion to be put when the House sits next.